As future leaders of this country, your challenge is to foster a nation in which all people, irrespective of race, color, sex, religion, or creed, can assert a social cohesion fully. Mindful of your own challenge, you must continue to promote the principle of relentless freedom and democracy.
Born free generation, we don't have problems with racism. We don't have problems. We don't see each other in a different way.
That's how it feels to be born free. I can realize my dream, any dream I want.
Now I could walk free in the streets. I could talk to anyone. I could laugh with anyone, and then all of us could be brothers and sisters.
Is a huge blessing in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm a born free, as they say.
It's what Mandela says, you are a future for tomorrow, or you are a leader for tomorrow.
But at the same time, it's not really as it reads, born free.
I'm like, what the fuck does it even mean?
Most of them, they're not having a job. Some of them, they didn't even finish school.
Yeah, up in the way, 1,500 records a day.
I dropped out of school because I just want to move on with my career of music. But my parents didn't allow me to do so. Sometimes life can be a bit tough because my mother doesn't work. My father used to got some job, and after a week or 2 weeks the job has expired. We used to live with my sister's child support grant. I've been looking for a job from June till now.
I applied for jobs. I sent in my CVs. I went for interviews.
Yeah, unemployment is a big issue, especially if you're trying to do something that you love.
For some reason, we're not generating enough jobs.
A lot of our family friends who are about 24, 25, they're all struggling to find jobs which their degrees match.
And there's no prospect of getting a job whatsoever.
I just find a job, and then I worked there for 2 months. And then the person I was working for, he said, if I want to continue, I have to sleep with him. You can't get anything if you close your legs. They say so. Sometimes I didn't like the person I was sleeping with, but I have to sleep with him because I need money to go to sleep. It's just very hard.
You know, to live on the streets, you get every people coming past you. If they're drunk, they bully you. You wake up in the morning, you have no shoes left. You know, the bigger guys take your money, whatever money you make, whatever you sell. I have a knife, and I have a bush knife, and I have a 9mm because I have to have a gun to protect myself. So I got shot here when I was young, and it came out here. And then I've got some cuts in the back from the streets. Yeah.
The young people in townships are selling drugs to other young people, destroying their futures. The young people who are raping young women in South Africa, destroying their future. I don't think the majority of our young people in South Africa are following in the footsteps of Mandela.
It's adapt or die, like whether you're black or you're white.
It's basically something that we should learn to do more, is to find what we are good at and capitalize on that.
If you don't get a job, you create your own job. So I don't believe in jobs. Jobs are for, I won't say for losers, but if you're gonna work for just a minimum time. Because style is very important. Style, not fashion. Style is you and your uniqueness towards other people. You know, how you express yourself towards how you want people to see you. That's style. Because you know what they say? The soul of this man is in his clothes. I wouldn't say I have a lot of money, but I'm able to use money in an efficient way. If you have a business, you can actually use money wisely because you're getting money every day. So you can make so much money. I'm saying so much money.
My name is Jason Noah. I am 21 years old and I am a forex trader. I bought my M4, my BMW, it's 1.3 million. I bought this watch, it's an Audemars Piguet, it's about 450,000. And I have my house in Midstream now, which I bought for 3 million rand. Okay, so let's find out from you guys. I have my own company in which we empower young people on how to trade the forex markets the way we started it and the way they're supposed to be trading. So yeah, there are a lot of South Africans that do make their own success. Because most of us are not spoon-fed. But you find that some people that just stand up and just go do what they have to, even if it means selling bananas on the street. As long as there's an income, you're doing something, not just sitting around waiting for the government to feed you. I think our born-free generation are more focused on taking South Africa out of the poverty zone than being focused on who's black and who's white.
Of course, there's a fabulous new generation and the rise of the black middle class, but it doesn't mean that millions of people still aren't like living in tin houses.
You know, there's this thing called black tax. And black tax is pretty much that when one black kid makes it, they don't make it on their own. They've got to take that money and send it back home. They've got to try and get their mother out. They need to try and get their siblings, their family, their aunts, their uncles, their grandparents.
These people, for example, when I was growing up, they used to lend me their shoes when I didn't have a shoe. They used to use their money, for example, to buy me clothes. They used to feed me.
So by the time you turn 30, you haven't made that much wealth because you have to fix where you come from, because that's the only way. You can't just leave them.
I grew up in this village, nearly 100% black, and then I went to a township school, which was in East London, which was also 100% black, and then I went to the Western Cape, Stellenbosch University, the whitest university in Africa. You know, I remember walking into the student center. I'd never, my entire life, seen so many white people in one space. It was scary. I was frightened, I'm not going to lie to you. It was very, very, very terrifying. So I think being black, to me, it's you're always an underdog, but it gives you the chance to prove people wrong.
I don't see color really. I have friends from every walk of life, really.
So I do have black or white friends, and I have Indian, I have all types of friends.
And my friends are my friends and the people that I like love and that somehow found their way into my life.
I've always mixed with everyone. However, when it was time to eat lunch and it was time to hang out, it was always my friends of color because we shared the same life experience. You know, like it wasn't shocking when I said, whoa, my mom beat me last night. You know, they'd be like, oh my gosh, my mom threw me with a shoe.
It's difficult to maintain a friendship when you have that much of differences.
Nina and I are on a National Youth Orchestra and we're playing, rehearsing and doing concerts. I love the feeling of playing and like when the music is really coming together. And you feel the goosebumps, and like everybody's energy is like coming to you, giving them yours. Oh, take me to heaven.
When we're eating, black people sit together and the white people sit together. And it's not racism, it's not like we hate each other, it's just...
Yeah, it's like being comfortable.
Yeah.
Because when you're sitting to some, especially if you don't know that person, I mean, I can sit with Nina now because I know her, but like if I don't know her, and like she's white, and I'm like, okay, what are we going to talk about? Because we don't have that common thing, you know?
Yeah, and also black people seem to have so much more time. They're always so calm. And they have time. And for white people, that can be so frustrating sometimes. You know, you want to, you know, they're late and they're
always late.
Always late. And it really, really frustrates white people sometimes. But I've thought, you know, it's actually such a it's a more peaceful life. You know, you have time, you're not in a rush to do anything. You spend time with other people, you chat. I've heard this saying, white people invented the clock, but the black people have the time.
We met on Tinder.
Tinder success story, they say. I don't think either of us actually were intending to get into something.
You know, sometimes.
Love is love.
Oh, that's deep. That's very deep. That's very deep.
Some people started treating me differently once they knew I had a white girlfriend. Like, how did you get a white girl? Like, it seems so fascinating to some people, and it's just like...
We don't look at each other and be like, oh, you're like different than I am. And like, that makes us interesting. Or like, ooh, I'm trying something different. You know, like, I always get pizza, but like, maybe tonight I'll try sushi. Like, it's not like that. It's just like, we have like a great connection. We really like love each other and we have like a lot in common.
It's almost unheard of. Of like a Zulu and Afrikaner coming together, loving each other so much, and like, I don't know, I'm getting all mushy.
I see South Africa in 25 years from now as being much better than it is today.
I'm hoping to see a more democratic country with more opportunities, less homophobia and less racism. So basically just one happy, colorful, democratic country.
South Africa is heading towards a better space. We were in a slump, but we're getting there.
I've never been to another country, but I love South Africa so much. It's so beautiful.
So where do I see myself in 25 years? I see myself traveling quite a lot. I want to be a jet setter.
Kind of explore the world.
Having 2 children, 3 years, quite a lot.
A life changer and an inspirational being. That's me, 25 years.
And a billionaire, of course.
I'm going to have a family.
I want something that I will leave for my kids.
A teacher who is an example of people who are living with HIV.
I'm doing my music.
Either running for the leadership of my party or running for president of South Africa.
But I feel like I'm going to have something nice.